welcome this morning. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Peaceful day of rest. We salute you and we desire for you. And we're grateful and blessed today to be in the land of the living. And we're grateful for each and every one of you. It's like so much of my family, my immediate family is here. I was just thinking, I was remarking to Lady Joy on last evening when we returned home after running some errands and doing some things in the evening. And I said and shared with her something that Bishop said to me. And there's only one Selara, our man, senior first. There's three of us. And I don't know, they have a freedom of choice if my son and daughter-in-law ever decide to procreate. My oldest daughter already named her son something else, which she's not under an obligation to name him after me. But you know, a lot of times that's passed down through the mail. And there's three of us, but there's only one Selara Senior.
Yes, sir. Only one.
And he says some things oftentimes, first of all, that tickle me and then that mystify me. And I'm not going to share what he shared, his elixir to help him sleep better. Well, I don't have to worry. It's not libations or anything of that nature. I was like, only Bishop can find. When I was growing up, if I can just testify a little bit before we dive into the text, because when we get there, we're going to be concise with it, then we're going to let you go. The Lord has placed something on my heart to share with you all today that's of utmost impetus and importance. So we're going to share it. But, you know, I came through seasons of my life where Vicks was the cure for cancer. Campofonique could heal leprosy.
That good old Campofonique.
So he comes up with these things, and I don't really believe, I got to be honest with you, Mama Womack, darling, I don't really believe, my conviction is not based in some of the stuff and some of the home remedies that he tries for himself. And this is an excellent segue to what we're going to talk about. I don't believe it because I believe his faith is so strong that he could literally pick up dirt.
Hallelujah. Yep.
And apply it and have the same outcome.
Amen.
And now that we've said that, let us turn to the Holy Writ here at Exact Truth Ministries. We hold it up because it contains words of the Most High and words that were left on record for our learning. So we hold it up because we look up to it and not to our own understanding.
Amen.
And I'm going to invite you, beloved, to turn with me to Paul's letter to the church of Galatia. Galatians, the 6th chapter. The 6th chapter and the 7th verse. After that, we're going to read the Apocalypse, out of the Apocalypse. Revelations, the 3rd chapter, and then we're going to conclude in Hebrews. If you would join me there, Galatians, the 6th chapter. Bring your attention to the 7th verse. If you have it, simply reply by saying, I have it.
I have it.
It's made out there by the Spirit of God, they're the Son of God.
Amen.
I want to besmirch the guidance that, because I do believe that they are people of faith and that the Most High guides them, my wife and the Secretary Davis, the leaders that open up the service. But I was a bit taken aback. I wanted to hear from my son. If we had more time, I would hear from him. Because the Most High has been doing great things in his life.
Yes, amen.
And, you know, what we really need to begin, not that those that shared their accounts of faith and exhortation, and sharing things personally, not that it wasn't the Most High led. I'm grateful for my nephew and his beautiful daughter.
Amen.
Yes.
It's a blessing. Y'all not grateful for that. I got to be honest. I've had to do a lot over the last year of encouraging my nephew, Brother Davis, to see himself the way the Most High sees him. I'm not going to reveal intimacy and counsel. We believe that that's sacrosanct, so we keep it there. But I will say that in general, that I've gone a long way to encourage him because I do believe that the Most High hand is on him. Amen. And I do respect the framework and the prepping of what the Most High has done and is doing. But I'm just going to say this honestly, as his shepherd, as his sort of fictitious uncle, as it were. It's a blessing when y'all accept me, and even if you don't. But yeah, his girl look a whole lot better than him. She's prettier than him. So y'all see how I led that. I've had to encourage him because I don't think he's bad. I don't think that. And I can't reveal counsel, but I've encouraged it because, sometimes we don't see ourselves the way we really are. There's a lot of value. But having said that girl pretty. Now, he doesn't have an ugly wife. She looked better than her.
All right.
So we should just be rejoicing because everybody's child don't come out beautiful.
You right.
Amen.
You are right.
And it's a wonder and it's a blessing that I operate with a small circle. Because y'all don't want me visiting hospitals. Because I'm a man that lives and walks in the truth. And I'm not crass. I consider myself an old school gentleman. I open up doors.
Right.
I don't necessarily throw coats down on puddles for women to walk over because the coats cost too much.
That's right.
I don't share pocket squares and handkerchiefs with ladies that's crying and sneezing because they cost too much. What I have to begin to do, because I do consider myself a gentleman, and I'm not saying that braggadociously. Those that know me, that you know me. Those who don't know me, if you're not going to get to know me, I'm really not concerned about a person's opinion of me, except for the Most High. But I got to be, Toro, that is, a pocket square handkerchief inside my inner coat pocket, because it is proper if some lady sneezes or something. Now, y'all men don't come up to me asking for that. And if a lady is,
The women don't need to come up.
sneezing, or if they become emotional, then you can offer that as proper etiquette. But this one that's here for design, you can't cry on that. But yeah, the point that I'm making is that it's a blessing that I don't show up everywhere. It's a blessing that I don't show up everywhere. Because the reality is that if a child comes out harmful looking.
Oh, God.
Sister Desiree, I have tact, I have truth. But folk ask questions, I'm not going to lie. I ask her, what do you think? I think that he's risen. I'm not just going to go around, Calvin, volunteering. That ain't none of my business. I'm happy that they're healthy. The Most High has no respect to persons, but you stop acting like you don't. So having said that, I appreciate his testimony, appreciate these. They were powerful testaments of faith. He's glad with his new addition to his family. My brother, Most High brought him through a great sickness, but the Lord has been blessing my son.
Yes.
And he's been blessing him because this boy, let me tell you, it's not just because he's my child. He is desperately trying and attempting to lap up the word and the truth. He desperately is desirous. I promise you all. Calling in the morning and in the midnight hour, visitation, going over the things and, desperately trying to apply what he's learning so that the Most High can have his way in his life. And I'm telling you, when you get out of the way and let the Most High have his way, then you will begin to see evidence of his reality. So he's subsequently blessing him, blessing my daughter-in-law, letting his light shine. My son can testify now. He was talking to me the other day, he said, Pop, and he called me Pop. Very seldom calls me pastor or shepherd. If he calls me that, I know he's really trying to get a hold of something. But he said, Pop, I'm beginning to understand what you've been teaching all this while about light. that if you're coming from the right perspective, that you don't have to overdo anything because light will just shine. So I'm excited to see you guys. Okay, so all of those opening pleasantries, we can, those of us that are ministers and you come up in the traditional, particularly what we call black church, a person can preach a whole message on opening dissertation, so I'm going to move on. But I want to encourage the young man that's with us, that was with us last week. Young man, you be encouraged. Yes. I didn't get a chance to meet you last week, but we heard how things impacted him. And, no matter what you're getting ready to face, you recognize that the Most High has already equipped you with what you need to survive that season. Amen. Amen. We're going to go to Galatians, the 6th chapter, the 7th verse. I'm reading from King's Authorized Version. It reads, "Thus be not deceived. God is not mocked." Yes. Somebody say, Auntie Maggie is going to be upset.
It's going to be upset.
Yeah, because she loves our family. She loves Bishop. And she's going to try to get me. Now, my wife, I want to clarify something. I went outside to get my Bible, and the Most High wanted me to get the encouragement first. Bishop was getting out of his car. I had no idea he was coming. Oh, okay. So, none of y'all feel a cuss come up in your spirit. I didn't know what had happened. But my wife said, "Did you know he was coming?" Or no, I said yes, but I knew he was coming in the door. He told me, "Don't say that." Yes. But Auntie Maggie, she loves us, and here comes the spirituals. Another one of the spiritual sons coming in, Minister Chris. And so it's always a blessing when we get a chance to see Bishop. I appreciate his sacrifice. He's going towards 80 years old. He's going towards 80 years old, and the Most High has given him strength to sojourn over the highway. A lot of people his age, they don't need to drive nowhere.
Amen.
So he's given him strength to sojourn and navigate the highways. He's given him strength to take care of his and convalesce Mom Diana. And we're just praying that the Most High gives him everything he needs. Okay, so 7, "Be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Listen, for if he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap everlasting life. Listen, beloved, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. Yes, 10, as we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith. Today's text, beloved, is titled, "Do We Harbor Unrealistic Expectations of the Most High?"
Come on.
I'm going to read it again, and then I'm going to bring it into a more contemporary sense. Do we harbor unrealistic expectations of God? Paul is writing to the church of Galatia, and he's letting them know that karma is real. He's explaining to them that as the Muslims and those that speak the Islamic tongue, the Semitic Islamic tongue, views as kismet, that it is real. One thing that we have to understand when we begin to become students of theology is that why we can rely upon the sanctity and the succinctness and the holiness of what we call the Judeo-Christian scriptures is because it gives us a glimpse and a roadmap and allows us to be able to understand and entertain that what we call God, I call the Most High. Yes. And it is chronicled in Scripture in the story of Babel, intervened in mankind and separated us in tongues, and thus nations were formed, but we come from one flesh, we come from one race, which is the human race for mankind, and we were broken And we're still broken today because the original separation of the Most High separated us through confusion of tongue so that we could not understand and we could not collaborate on things that were not of his will in that space and time. And beloved, thousands of years later, we still don't understand one another.
Wow. Right.
And if you're looking for some type of understanding to sojourn through the perplexity of why there is so much in man having inhumanity to other men, is because you can trace it back to that if you're rational and if you understand your history, and you will recognize that we don't understand one another because we don't understand what one another is saying. And it didn't just start in your home or in your neighborhood, your community, or the differences online. It began with the Creator. So I say that to say this, not to emphasize that point, but to say what he did was, if he intervened on his people, that means that every culture, and I'm not teaching New Age, we've mentioned this before, every culture is left with a piece of the Most High. And they have their own puzzles because they have their own languages, they have their own communities that they established and interacted, and we didn't understand one another. We had to go long ways. And the Holy Spirit, the Paraclete, the Comforter, is here to guide us so that those that are his and those that would have the Holy Spirit can begin to understand and interact with one another. Are you here today?
Yes.
But I'm giving you simply an explanation that on your own, you don't understand one another. Divorce is high because people come together, they think they're operating under the auspices of love, and come to find out that although they're attracted to one another, they may not understand one another. They may not understand the language in the vernacular. So when we look at, some of our own relatives and say, he teaches New Age, it's not New Age. If you're rational, when you look at these constructs, and I'm getting to the point, they're very similar. Because when you come to find out, everybody, I'm not saying everybody is right and correct in their assessments, but everybody is left with a piece of the Creator. So if the Arabs say Kesmet, and if the Indians say karma, and if we say golden rule, when you examine the structure and the subset of it, they're all the same thing. What you put into the universe, you're going to reap. Now, beloved, the reason why this is so important is because we don't always put the right stuff in the universe.
Come on. Yeah, you're right.
And some of us have come to a point where you are so tested and you're so winded and have become so exhausted and don't recognize that the answer to your exhaustion is in your very hand, because what you are interjecting into the cosmos, into the universe, has maybe in a different direction or with a different surface. You don't recognize the surface, but the energy is coming back to you.
Yes, God.
It don't cost nothing to be nice.
You're right.
You're right. Yep.
You're right.
For example, but so many of us have allowed our bitterness and have allowed the detriment of things that have befallen us to impact even how we interact with strangers, and you surprised when that energy comes back to you.
Come on.
Don't be surprised. That's what you've sown. So today is not about convicting you based upon your negative seed. It's about trying to bring you to the awareness that one of the reasons why the cornbread may be nasty. Y'all got to listen, follow. Don't look at me like you ain't never had a dish that ended up nasty. I'm talking about people with culinary experience in here. Listen, what is the problem? I followed the recipe, and you got the nerve to have your feelings hurt. You got the nerve to share it with somebody that you feel like that you can trust, that does have your back. If something is wrong, they're not going to run and leave you. But you expect, I would hope, and I'm operating with the predilection that you would expect somebody that you've invited into your safe space, somebody that you are exhibiting trust, that you would accept the truth from them. Hey, baby, I'm sorry, it's nasty. What, did you forget the song?
Tell it right. Come on. Come on.
I gotta be a little bit. Y'all couldn't live with me. I know my wife loved me, but she ain't scared of me, baby. Did you put dirt in the, what is this?
Oh my God.
Right.
What I'm not trying to be mad. I'm trying to describe how it makes me feel.
Right. Amen.
You didn't finish it, and I'm not going to. It's bad.
Amen.
Well, we're simply so glad y'all can smile because you got to expand and look across the expanse of your life.
Right.
What have you put out there?
Right.
What are you receiving back?
Wow.